I remember the exact moment my life flipped. I was in line at a grocery store, holding a basket full of stupid little things, frozen lasagna, scented trash bags, when my phone buzzed. I glanced down and saw her name, Sabrina, my fiancée, the love of my life, or so I thought. I opened the message casually, expecting something about dinner or the wedding guest list. Instead, I got punched in the gut by 8 words. Wedding's off. Expect a call from my lawyer. That was it. No explanation, no emotion, not even punctuation, besides the period at the end. Just cold, clinical dismissal, like I was a business contract she decided to void. I stood there frozen. The cashier had to tell me twice it was my turn. I mechanically paid, drove home in silence, and sat in the driveway for 15 minutes before even going inside. I wasn't crying, I wasn't yelling, I was just quiet. The only words I sent back, as you wish. Because I knew exactly what that text meant. It wasn't just the wedding that was over. It was her way of saying, don't contact me. My lawyer will handle everything. She thought she held all the cards, but she forgot something very important. Sabrina and I had just signed preliminary documents to jointly apply for a mortgage. A beautiful townhouse outside Seattle. She picked it. She decorated it in her head. She even told her friends it was basically hers. But nothing was finalized, and more importantly, we weren't married yet, which meant I was still, technically, a free man. So before I even took off my coat that night, I opened my laptop, logged into the bank's mortgage portal, and withdrew my application. 3 clicks. That's all it took, and the whole deal collapsed like a house of cards. Now I know what you're thinking. Petty, right? Maybe. But after 2 years of building a life with her, sacrificing, compromising, including giving up a killer job opportunity in Chicago just to be near her family, this wasn't about revenge. It was about dignity. But I still didn't expect what happened next. Monday. I signed the new job offer from Elliott's law firm. Remote for now. Relocation package included. I was officially back in charge of my life. But Tuesday, that's when the last thread came undone. Lauren called again, her voice tight like she'd been crying. You should know, Sabrina is pregnant. I froze. She's telling everyone it's yours. Then Lauren added, but Spencer's been staying over every night since the breakup. People are talking. My voice was barely a whisper. Did she say how far along she is? 8 weeks, supposedly. 8 weeks ago, Sabrina was on a cleanse. Wouldn't even let me touch her. Said she was resetting her body before the honeymoon. That was the last time we were intimate. 9 weeks ago, maybe. Which means the baby probably isn't mine. But she was already laying the groundwork, tying me to her, legally, financially, permanently. That night, I didn't sleep. I just laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, piecing it together. It wasn't heartbreak, it was strategy. The breakup by text, the sudden silence, the house drama. It was all a move. Sabrina wasn't heartbroken. She was writing the story before I could speak. Now she was claiming she was pregnant. By me. When the timeline made that impossible. She'd kept me at arm's length. Called it a pre-marriage detox. Said she wanted to be pure for the wedding night. But now I saw it for what it was. Distance. Guilt. A cover-up. And Spencer? He wasn't some random rebound. He was the reason. The next morning, her lawyer emailed me again. This time more aggressive. Given the ongoing circumstances, my client is considering legal action for financial abandonment and emotional distress. She also formally notifies you of her pregnancy and your presumed parental responsibilities. Presumed. That word made my skin crawl. They were trying to trap me, push me into an emotional reaction they could twist into leverage. But I didn't flinch. I called Elliot and laid it all out. The pregnancy, the timeline, the money, the threats. He said, get ahead of it. Make the first move. Paper trail everything. So I did. I hired a local attorney. Her name was Sherry Levin. Cold. Brilliant. Exactly what I needed. she sent Sabrina's lawyer a formal letter. It read, "My client denies paternity until a certified DNA test confirms biological connection. He will not contribute financially or emotionally in any capacity until then. Any attempts to access joint assets or portray my client as abusive will be treated as defamation and met with a countersuit." She even included a demand for full financial disclosure from Sabrina, in case she tried to pin costs of the canceled home purchase on me. I wasn't playing nice anymore. 2 hours later, Sabrina blew up my phone. 6 missed calls, no voicemails. But Sherry's phone rang. It was Amanda, her lawyer. She said Sabrina felt ambushed, that we were making things too public. Sherry didn't blink. "Your client involved legal counsel first and made threats. We're just responding." And while I wish I could say I felt nothing, I felt everything. Rage, sadness, shame. Mostly, regret. Not because it ended, but because I ignored all the red flags. How she refused to merge finances until marriage. How she controlled every social plan. How she laughed off prenups. "Don't you trust me?" she'd say. And part of me still wanted to believe it wasn't real. That she was scared. That Spencer was a mistake. That this wasn't who she really was. But reality doesn't care what you believe. Reality punches you in the mouth. And that punch came from Spencer.